Hello, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. I think I have this right. You guys know me. I'm still trying to figure it out. So, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindi. I am at Simply Cindi. I am a psychic medium. I know we're going to do tarot, and I just said that, but we are going to touch a little bit upon some astrology because of the way the mood is today and what's going on, and then we are one day away from the lunar eclipse. So I just want to mention that. I'm going to go over a couple of things. I said that in my community tab. If you're not looking at my community tab, you can go to my channel and click on community tab. That's where I'm going to start letting you guys know, hey, I'm going to come on in an hour. Hey, I'm going to come on whenever, right? And I'm going to start tweeting it out so that you can find it. But if you guys just want to, instead of like trying to look for me, trying to figure out, and I wish I could give you a time, but I can't right now. So the best way for me to do this is if you go to my community tab, I'll let you know as soon as I know that I can. Definitely, I'll let you know that I'm coming on or any news that we have. So it's just a better way to communicate since this group is growing and since this group is so tight. So I hope you guys have a good day. Before I begin with the tarot, I do want to go over just a couple of things because the mood is so like it can be hurtful today. So I just want to go over what's going on. I'm not going to pull up any chart. So we'll just talk about it. So right now today we have that tight square um, with Mars. So Mars is squaring the north node and the south node, and it's pretty tight. And we've got one day before the lunar eclipse. So if things haven't already started for you, um, today could be where you either could say something crass or somebody could say something crass. People's emotions are really, really heightened right now. And so with Mars and it aspecting or talking to the nodes, remember? So talking to the nodes would be Mars saying, it's time. You've been working on this. It's time to like give you the energy to do this, but it's time to go for the life that you want. But in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of the life that you have, right? So wherever you're wanting to go, there are some things that you need to let go of. And he's sort of talking to you, getting you in the space because of what's coming with the Pisces lunar eclipse, right? And so, and then what we have is Chiron opposing Venus, right? So those wounds, the physical wounds too. So some of you may have some physical stuff going on today, but the physical wounds that are tied to the emotions, and tied to like what you want, but I can't see it, or what I want, but am I ready to do it? It's those Chiron wounds opposing that thing that you're wanting to get to, right? So these wounds and these tensions, they're going to be exposed today, or they could be exposed today, especially over the next couple of weeks, right? And so you have to, so my advice is really, because you guys have been what everybody's calling unmasking, right? Trying to be your true selves. Try stop. We don't want with the whole I was told to be this and I've got to be this at work and I've got to be this with my family and I got to be this with my friends and I've got to be this with my spouse and I got to be this with my siblings. We're not doing that, right? It's the time for everybody to sort of figure out what we want to be, who we really are. So who are you and how do you want to identify in this world, right? And so that that is basically what Chiron and Venus are saying today, is that who are you? Who do you want to be? What's your authentic self, right? So because everything's so tight right now, it's like right direct square. And with Mars, Chiron being that wounded self, and the nodes being like, I have these habits and I don't know why I have these habits, but I want to do this, right? And so you got to let go of this to be able to do this, right? So I just wanted to let everybody know, um, first of all, that you're not crazy. The energy is the energy. And my advice would be to basically just focus on yourself. Stay in your lane. Don't take offense to what people are saying. If they're saying something that offends you, look at yourself and say, why is that offending me? Is it because I haven't allowed myself to be what I really want to be, and then they don't know that that's who I am, and then they say something and that offends me, but they don't really know that it offends me? Like, it's time to be your true authentic self. That's what you're trying to get to, your authenticity. And if it was an easy thing, we'd be authentic all like now, but we can't because we've had these things put on us. We, from birth, you have to act a certain way. Cindi, you're too loud. Cindi, you're too much. Cindi, you're too da da da. Cindi, you got to sit straight. Cindi, you got to sit still. Cindi, you got to da da da. Cindi, you got to go to dancing. Cindi, you got to go to, like, I'm saying my name, but it's you. Like, you were told all these things for all your life. You got to sit in church. You got to be respectful. You got to da da da. You got to do this. You got to wear makeup. You got to do your hair. You got to wear heels. You got to da da da. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that we've had all our lives, right? And us older ones are at that space that it's a little bit easier for us to like see what it is that we don't want anymore because we're so tired of it. But just because we see what we want doesn't mean that we can actually just do it automatically because we have habits, right? We have habits. I was told to sit a certain way. I was told to act a certain way. When I'm with this group of people, I have to do this. When I'm with this group of people, I have to do that. It's just that it's innate in us. It's like it's been so ingrained in us. And that's where we're moving to over these next 20 years. And it's already starting, right? So the best way, the best advice that I can give you right now is today, people are going to be high tension. People may offend you. And just know it's because everybody doesn't realize, not everybody, but most people do not realize that this energy is trying to get them to their authenticity, right? And for each of us, that's different because we're each different, right? That's why we've come to this earth and we have our perceptions because we're different. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay.